Good afternoon, guys. I actually felt the need to kind of make this rant. I really wasn't going to, but I was kind of venturing into just watching videos pretty much all morning while I was doing clothes and stuff and whatever. But I actually saved a video onto my favorites because or one of those watch later things, and it was somebody who was talking about X Factor and what do you call it, American Idol and stuff, talking about what really happens. And this isn't about that. I actually clicked on a different video of his, um, but he seems pretty cool so far that I have seen, but the video that I'm actually it's paused right now. Let me see. It's about one of the Dr. Phil shows, and they're talking about an episode where this girl was on there. They called her the Beverly Hills Brat. And I don't really watch Dr. Phil that much. I used to, but not so much anymore because just I don't watch TV that much anymore. And when I do have the TV on, it's either for a movie or for little one behind me. But, anyways, I actually commented on the video because a lot of people are just like, they felt sorry for her because uh, she's the girl that is with him, doing the, what do you call it? The, not show, but one of these video. Um, they said they felt sorry for her because of the fact that she's pretty materialistic. And it kind of bothers me a little bit when there's a part in there where her stylist or assistant or whoever he is was talking about how she blew 10 grand in like 3 days. Like, it's not hard to do. However, if you are somebody like myself and you blew $10,000 and you know you can't pay that back right away, then you probably wouldn't be doing that. But because her mother is a doctor, she would actually blow her money on crap. And I don't care if like it's designer bags or shoes or whatever, it's all crap. Yes, you need clothes, but you don't need to spend $1,000 on a shirt dress. Why? For me personally, as much as I don't like going to Wally World, I'll go to Wally World to get clothes. I would rather go to a thrift store and get something that's never been worn or only been worn like one time and spend a lot less than going to, sorry, it's like a piece of fuzz or something. Than going to a Gucci shop or whatever and spending $1,000 on a stupid shirt dress that's not going to last forever unless you only wear it like one time. It's stupid. I mean, as I put in the comments, it really bothers me when people like her just blow money on stuff like that like it's nothing. And yeah, like if your mom actually is a doctor, she could afford that shit. But really, come on, you should be living on your own instead of living with your mother, and you should be doing your own life. But because she's been a spoiled brat her whole life and she's been spoon fed everything, she doesn't have to worry about that. Where there's like other people like myself who is working a really crap job. Retail is pretty crap. Um, I only make like this past year I only made like 16,000 a year. And I'm still trying to pay off my card. It's down to like 7,000 now, but still it's taken me like 6 years to do it. And the only reason that I got a nice big chunk taken away is because of Alex. And because I make so little bit money, I actually qualified for the earned tax credit. So that's why I got a little bit more. And it bothers me when people are just like they have so much money that they just blow it on something, but they don't think about the fact that, oh, or they have never been around someone who has been having to work for everything and can't pay everything. Like, there's people that are barely making car payments on a car or something like that. You know, like, you have to pay for your maintenance, you have to pay for the gas, you have to pay for like the insurance and the car payments, all that shit. And they're just buying like 4 or 5 cars because they can, and it's stupid. I think they should all like know what it's like to be poor just to get an idea, and they'd probably have a little bit more appreciation. But it bothers me because of the fact that she had an allowance, which fine. Which, I mean, when she was on Dr. Phil, I guess apparently he said that she should have her thing lower to like $1,000, which $1,000 is a lot anyways. But this day and age, probably not so much. But to me, it is. But she said that her assistant convinced her mother to put her allowance back to $5,000. $5,000. What the fuck? I'd like to have that. Like, you know, if I had $5,000, I wouldn't even have credit cards. I could just knock out my credit card in like 2 payments and have money left over. And I really hate when people are just like, "Oh, I'm going to blow money because I have it," and money's not going to be there forever. What happens if something happens to her mother? I mean, hopefully it doesn't, but what happens if her mother dies and it's just her and her mother? What is she going to do? Like, granted, she'll probably inherit the house and stuff. But I mean, seriously, like, what happens to her mother when her mother dies and she doesn't have anybody else to give her her allowance or to take care of her and stuff? Then she's going to have to learn to live on her own and make her own money. And not that anything should happen to her mother just so she can learn that lesson, but kind of. Like, what they should do is have it where make it like her mother had something happen to her and see what she does. Like, make it like a fake thing where something happens to her mother, fakely, of course, and then see how she's going to live on her own. She's going to have to eventually sell her stuff or whatever. And as far as her being in a relationship, I mean, maybe some guys will be into that with like spending and stuff like that, but not a lot of guys, well, normal guys would be into a girl who is just a spoiled little brat and gets money from her parents or her mother. I don't know about her father, but whatever. Um, from what I saw, it was just her and her mother, but whatever. Um, like, guys want girls to be independent. They don't want somebody to be like, you know, and I'm sure that girls don't want a guy to date them just because they have money, because then that means that usually it's the other way around where the girl expects the guy to buy them anything they want, but it can happen the other way too. So my thing is, I'm really irritated at that because not any normal guy would want a woman to be independent and live on her own and do her own thing and buy her own things. It's just like the song from Neo called Miss Independent, which I like. And yeah, like, I can't stand people that just blow money on crap and just because they can, and they actually get an allowance of like $5,000 just because their mother is a doctor or whatever. These kids need to learn shit. Like, they need to learn how to deal with stuff and be out in the real world, because parents aren't going to be around forever. If something happens to her mother today, what is she going to do? If, I mean, even if her dad's around, what if something happened to both her parents? Granted, like I said, she'd inherit the house probably, but that money only is going to go so far before she has to actually go and work and do something for herself. And she's going to be, it's going to be a rude awakening basically, because she's been spoiled her whole life ever since she was young. And yes, it is partly her mother's fault. She even admitted it, but whatever. It just irritates me. But I'm going to go. Um, I didn't take Alex to my mom's yesterday because he was being a pain in the butt. And by the time he actually woke up from his nap, because he took a late nap, he didn't fall asleep till like 3:30. Yeah. So I'm going to go in the shower, take him over to our community center for a little bit, bring him back so he'll nap, and then we'll just go to my mom. So, anyways, I just thought I would share my rant. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, what's one of your pet peeves? If you guys have the same idea of somebody who is just wasting money on crap. So, anyways, I will talk to